Hi, I'm Molly with West Virginia University Extension Family Nutrition Program, and today we're going to make a strawberry chocolate Greek yogurt bark. Now, you may have heard of bark recipes before, usually around the holidays, and it's a chocolate base with toppings, and then you break it apart. But we're going to put a healthy spin on it and use Greek yogurt as our base. Now, before you start cooking, it's always a good idea to read through your recipe and wash your hands and your cooking surface. I've just done that, so I'm all ready to get started. Our ingredients for today's recipe are 3 cups of whole milk Greek yogurt, the plain kind, 1.5 cups of diced or sliced strawberries, 1/4 cup of mini chocolate chips, and then to sweeten our yogurt, we're going to add 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup or honey. I've got honey, and 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract. Now, I bought one of these big yogurt containers to save money. It's always cheaper to buy bigger. And the recipe calls for 3 cups, and this has 4 cups in it. So I'm going to measure out 3 cups of our Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has a ton of protein in it. And we're not using the kind that's already flavored because we want to be in control of the sweeteners and sugar that we add. So here's cup number 2, and cup number 3, and then you can save that last cup for a smoothie or something like that. Okay, I've got my 3 cups in there. Move this to the side. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of honey or maple syrup, whatever you have on hand, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Had a little vanilla extract explosion there. And then I've got my wooden spoon, and I'm just going to mix this up until everything is incorporated. It kind of takes on a beautiful, like, butter color from the honey and the vanilla. It smells delicious. Now, in preparation for making my bark, I have a cookie sheet that I put a piece of parchment paper down so it won't stick, and it'll be really easy to lift up and break when the time for that comes. So I'm almost done mixing my yogurt, honey, and vanilla mixture. And I'm just going to start spreading it out on my cookie sheet. I am going to get a spatula to help with that. Make sure to get every last bit. So I'm going to spread this out on my cookie sheet. And this parchment paper is really going to help with cleanup and help it not stick. And I'm just going to go corner to corner and spread it out into a nice big rectangle. Almost there. Once I'm done with that, and I don't want too many thick places, I want to try to get it as even as possible. We are ready for our toppings. Now my strawberries I washed in a colander under running water and then cut the green part off and chopped them up into small bite-sized pieces. And now I'm just going to scatter them over my bark and get a spoon to help distribute everything, because you want every bite to have a delicious fresh strawberry in it. So I'm just spreading this out. It'd be fun to experiment with different fruits and toppings, leaving the base the same, but maybe try adding some blueberries, whatever's in season and fresh and delicious. And then just a little sprinkling of our chocolate chips. And I like the mini ones because then you might get a little bite of chocolate in every bite. And then this is gonna go in your freezer for 3 hours until it's very, very hard. And I have an example to show you that I prepared earlier. Okay, here's my bark that I just took out of the freezer. It was in there about 3 hours, and I let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before I'm going to break it apart. So I can tell the berries are frozen, and this is very, very hard. And look, you can just lift it right off with your parchment paper. Isn't that great? And now I'm going to break up my bark. And I'm going to try a little corner piece right here. And I've got a bite with strawberries and chocolate chips, and I can tell that it is going to be frosty and delicious. This is wonderful. So much healthier than the traditional bark, but just as sweet and decadent. This would be a great treat to make in the summer to serve at a picnic with friends. Kids would definitely love this. You could break it apart, put it in a zipper top plastic bag, and store it in the freezer, and then pull out a bag of yummy frozen yogurt bark for the summer. I hope you give this recipe a try and you enjoy it. And we'll see you here again real soon. Bye.